So 1 second. Okay, here we go. Right. So they started with me asking whether I'm visible and audible, and they said I'm visible and audible. Then there were a few more bulls that came along. So turn by turn,
Capable.
please. All the bulls.
But you are not eatable.
Capable, accountable. What else I heard?
Lovable.
Lovable, knowledgeable,
Lovable.
adorable, lovable,
Res-
respectable,
respectable.
approachable, accessible,
Knowledgeable.
knowledgeable. Yeah,
Knowledgeable.
great, great,
Ready?
great. Wonderful. Lot of buzz. Purnima ben તમે બી add કરી શકો છો by unmuting. Neeraj said which one? Neeraj was approachable, huh? So my thing is thank you very much for all the buzz.
I'm sorry, I'm traveling, so I've muted
No
myself.
problem. No problem. You are still audible. Anyway.
I unmuted, but over the awaj also, rickshaw mein. That's all.
No problem. So all the bulls have given me a lot of bull.
I'm coining a word. Wittable. Wittable.
Wittable. Yeah. So all these adjectives and compliments are returnable and transferable. So I'm transferring them in full to each one of you. You are also all of that. Approachable, respectable, honorable, all of that. So we all have the same qualities, and we take all the bull from all these bulls. So I hope everybody knows about this Janmashtami celebration that's going to be happening in Delhi on the 6th. And I hope all of you have joined the group and are planning to be there. It's going to be an amazing experience for all. So on the Open Door group, we have the announcement of which group to join for this event. Do take advantage of it. We are planning some really special experiences for all of us. It's Guruji's birth anniversary and also, of course, Janmashtami. So, but ye to sirf ek bahana hai. All times and all places are all wonderful, but we just use these as excuses to celebrate. That's all. So join in. So before we get to today's topic on judgments, I've been listening to so many Hare Krishna dhuns, and one that I had posted last week, which I was still to learn, which I now pretty much have learned because I've been hearing it pretty much non-stop. So I wanted to share that with you, and of course we will have this or similar ones at the Janmashtami celebration also. And so yeah, hear this without judgment if you can. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare What a
Super.
What a composition, huh? What a composition, Bapre.
But the way you've sung it are very soulful. Very, very, very
Soulful.
much soulful.
Soulful. Yeah, Purnima when just typed in the exact same word. Soulful, she said.
Yes, yes. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah. It is such a beautiful composition. And especially when you add the mridang or the pakhwaj and manjira and all that to this composition, it is
Right.
simply beyond beyond anything that we know.
Thank you so much for this. Right.
Most
Thank
welcome. And the thing about mantra and this Maha Mantra and singing with this, singing this Maha Mantra is that it takes you into a non-judgmental state automatically, because doesn't there is not much meaning, unlike a song which has lyrics and there's interpretation and there is explanation and elaboration and all those. A mantra, a chant is just mainly is just sounds. It is not even words, it's just sounds and a series of sounds. uh, it simply uh, goes to that innermost level of each one of us without it, sort of bypasses the brain, it bypasses logic. And because logically, what can you say? I mean, this particular chant which I heard on YouTube, it goes on for 53 minutes, that just this two lines, 53 minutes of the same chant. And I've heard that chant over and over. In the last 10 days I must have heard it 30 times. So that's 30 hours which I spent completely out of a zone of logic and reasoning and judgment. I'm just simply just there. I was reading an interesting article today about decision making. And what they said is there are two parts of our brain or our mind which help us in making decisions. One is what you may call the logical, the reasoning part, and the other part is the feeling part, the gut part. What is your gut feeling about a particular decision? And here's the research. Okay, this is not based on any sort of reasoning. It is based on actual research. They studied people who had brain damage in one part or the other. So supposing somebody had brain damage in the logic part and that logic part isn't working, and they tested their decision making abilities. Then they had another group of people who had brain damage in the emotional part of the brain, logical part still intact, and they tested their decision making abilities. And what they found is that the ones whose logical part was not working still made good decisions, and the ones whose emotional part was not working, only logic working, made very poor decisions. So that's an interesting insight from that research, which is, what is judgment? Judgment is nothing but applying logic to whatever is the truth. The truth is just whatever it is, and then we apply our logic, which then applies labels, which then applies. That is what judgment is. Things are what they are. People are who they are. Everything is just what it is. And we, with our very limited logic, by the way, and flawed logic. Logic is limited, that we all know. But what they found in that same research is that logic is not only limited, it is very often flawed. Why is it flawed? Because the logic takes input from things like how does it look? What will people think? These are the kind of things on which people buy luxury cars. They make decisions to spend more than they can afford. What will people think if I have a small, car? Warren Buffett, by the way, one of the richest people alive, drives an old beaten Ford, still lives in the same house, little house that he lived in the 60s and 70s. He still lives in that same house. He's not moved to any mansions, nothing. And the guy is worth billions, billions with a B. So he's not thinking about, oh, what will people think of me? Still enjoys burgers and fries at McDonald's. I mean, he's not a, and he's lived to a very ripe old age. So anyway, point is that the logic part is where the seat of judgment is. We apply logic to what is, and then we lose out. We lose out on what's available, what's possible in our interactions with people, in our interactions with things, in our interactions with situations, events. Um, with events, what do we do? Anywhere we go, no matter what the event is, immediately the judgment starts. Oh, this decoration is not as good as the other decoration that was there. This food is not as good. This food is okay, but not as good as the other one. Or even judgments on the other side, giving labels. This is so wonderful, this is so beautiful. Those are also judgments, by the way. Just go with what you're feeling, what it makes you feel, not adding the labels. Oh, this is so beautiful, and in that description you're losing the moment, the moment of pure raw experience. The pure raw experience of whatever is the source of joy, automatic. The raw experience is the joy. The judgment on either side takes you away from that moment, takes you away from who is, takes you away from what is. We did an interesting process the other day in a satsang with Meenal, where we were just being with people with our eyes closed, with blindfolds on, and just dancing with people with blindfolds on. And you didn't know who you were dancing with, but you're just dancing. And it's amazing. You first walked into the room and there are 50 people, and if you see 50 people, the mind immediately makes 50 judgments. Oh, this person is beautiful, this person is rich, this person is short, this person is fat, this person is not so good. Oh, this person looks evil, this person looks this person is that. We have 50 judgments. With eyes closed, you have no judgments. You don't know who it is, what it is. And that's when you can really feel this being that is there without judgment. Oh, this person is old, this person is young, this person is too old, this person is too young, this person is too, there's nothing. You drop all judgment. 90% of judgments come through the eyes. We see and we judge. We see and we judge. We see and we judge. So we don't have to go around with our eyes closed, but we can turn off that second part of the seeing, which is judging. We can see and not judge. See and not judge. See and just be. See and just be. Hear and just be. And even with people, and even with things, even with events, just experience and be. Experience and be. And everything can become a source of joy. when you are in that kind of a state. When you are in a state of see and be, as opposed to see and judge, hear and judge. We are masters at this judging, by the way. Mastery. We have it over the years that we have lived. We are not only judges, we are so right that our judgment is right. We are so sure that our judgment is right that nobody dares to challenge it. You may think that way. I know this person is like that only. Finished. Court, maybe in the US, one of the guiding principles of the legal system is innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. That's the guiding principle. But how do we operate in the world? Whatever judgment we give, wo final until they prove it opposite somehow. If they manage to prove the opposite, we will reluctantly accept, oh, maybe I was wrong. But until they prove it, what I am saying is true only about them. So how to bypass the brain, how to bypass that logic, how to just, it's just simply put it on hold. Practice, practice, practice. Practice seeing things for what they are. Practice seeing people for who they are, not what they appear, not what they seem like to you. And by the way, I said we are not only, our logic is limited. It is limited. It is so limited. We think that our logic is flawless, but our logic is confined to our tiny little brain consisting of just, this. Whereas the universe, so much more vast, so much more intelligent, million times more intelligent. And yet we are quick to judge what's happening. हाँ, ये सही हो रहा है, ये गलत हो रहा है. आप कौन है ये जजमेंट पास करने के लिए? क्या औकात है आपकी? क्या औकात है मेरी? क्या औकात है हमारी कि हम इस ब्रह्मांड को, जो कि इतना हमसे, so much more intelligent, so much more means it's not even countable. The divine intelligence that has the sun where it is and the earth where it is and it rotating where it is and stars moving where they do, and all of that intelligence, the intelligence of a seed becoming a tree, the intelligence even of you going to bed, going to sleep, the intelligence of you digesting food, the intelligence of you breathing, infinitely more powerful than your and my little logic. And yet we are quick to judge, ye sahi ho raha hai, ye galat ho raha hai, ye bahut sahi ho raha hai, ye bahut galat ho raha hai. We don't know, it's just what's happening. It is just what is happening in the here and the now. And all we are capable of doing, all that we have the capacity to do, is to experience it. That's it. And that to our experience is also limited. But at least it is our experience. But the interpretation of that experience part, हमारे पास वो डिग्री नहीं है, हमारे पास वो qualification नहीं है to do that. We are not qualified. No matter how many letters and dots you have behind your name or in front of your name, Sir, Mr., Dear, Shri, Shri, or MD, DMD, KS, CPS, whatever. All those आगे पीछे जो भी अक्षर है आपके नाम के आगे पीछे, we are not qualified to judge. To judge people, to judge events, to judge things. We don't have that qualification. And the paradox and the irony and the tragedy of the whole thing is that when we judge, we are only hurting ourselves. We are losing the opportunity of joy that is available in the raw experience. We are seeing the experience through this big filter called our judgment between us and the person is our judgments of that person. Good or bad, either way. Either way. Okay, very important. Just the raw experience of the person in front of you as divine, as the Krishna, as the Shiva, as the Shakti is much more satisfying, much more deeper, much more valuable, much more precious than whatever good or bad judgments you put between you and the person. Because you're missing the raw experience of that. And those judgments are fickle anyway. आज लगता है ओ बहुत महान है, बाप रे बहुत महान है कोई. And then they do something or say something which is not in your little book. अरे ये पेज का रूल उल्लंघन हो गया, गया. वो भी गया और उसकी महानता भी गई. कहाँ गए वो महानता भैया? व्यक्ति तो वही है. So whether you judged on this side or that side, you are subject to this pendulum. But if you are with each person just without your judgments coming in the way, what is between you and being with people? I remember this was one of the sort of the mantras or catchphrases in the S training. What's between you and being with people? And I had a friend, Tom Fahey, who lived in Philadelphia, I think, yeah. And we were going to a birthday party with a bunch of balloons. And we all got into the elevator, and the balloons were all in the middle, and you couldn't see anybody because the balloons were in the way. And Tom Fahey was such a witty guy. He says, and now, what is between you and being with people? Balloons. I can never forget that moment. It's so funny. What's between you and being with people? What's between you and being with things? What's between you and being with events? जो भी जैसा है वैसा ही है. और उसका अनुभव करना भी एक लिमिटेड अनुभव है, because we are only able to see and experience and hear part of this whole reality. This whole reality is beyond this capability of this particular contracted form. Only your expanded form can experience all of it. So anyway, as it is limited form में आप limited experience कर रहे हो, and on top of that you put your judgments between you and that experience, making the task even more difficult for yourself. So the way to reclaim your joyousness, to reclaim your okayness, to reclaim your experience of the miracle of life is to be with what is. Just be with what is, without logic, without judgment. And when you do that, what remains? What remains? Nothing remains, only love remains. कुछ रहता ही नहीं है. कुछ रहता नहीं है. कुछ भी नहीं रहता है. No matter who it is and no matter what it is. And you and I all know that all we want to experience in this life, the only reason we are here on this planet is to experience love. And one more thing which is so much in the way of us loving everyone is all the judgments that we have about ourselves in addition to others. We have so many judgments about ourselves. I'm too heavy, I'm too light, I'm too stupid, I'm too smart, I'm too poor, I'm too whatever. I'm too talented. I'm or I'm not talented. I'm terrible. I am terrific. So I'm awesome or I'm not awesome. I'm awesome. See, loving yourself, knowing that you're awesome is fine, because in that ultimate state of the Shiva that you are awesome. There is nothing less than awesome. But it is a very small step to narcissism. Narcissism is self-love, which thinks, what's the difference between self-love and narcissism? Okay. So question for everyone. Everyone knows what narcissism is. Narcissism is a psychological dysfunction where you love yourself so much that you're obsessed with yourself. So narcissism is this person who is looking at their reflection in the mirror or in the lake, and then they're just so in love with, they don't want to do anything, go anywhere. They just want to. So that's narcissism, when you are putting yourself way above. And it sounds like self-love, but there's a big difference. And anyone can guess what that, or tell what that difference is between self. What's the difference between self-love and narcissism? Yeah.
Narcissism comes from ego, and self-love is from being with self. Means it is a left brain answer and it is right brain answer.
And that's
Self-love
true.
is coming.
Self-love is when you love yourself, you radiate love, and that love spreads to everybody. And it's just like, sharing that love with everybody. That love is, you're loving everybody in that process. Narcissism, you are only focused, that leads to more of selfish being.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're both
just
very,
focus.
very, very close, very close. Yeah. So it's basically that what you both said, which is that when you love yourself but think that others are worthless, that's narcissism. I am awesome, I am great, and I am just, oh my God, the God's gift to this planet. And everyone else, forget it. Ye to useless. And you are free to use them, abuse them, whatever. That self-love, which thinks I am worthy, I am awesome, and you are nothing, is narcissism. When you say I am awesome and you are awesome too, that's self-love. So self-love, which and that's the easiest way to love everyone, is to, and when you judge yourself, you stop yourself from loving yourself. And if you don't love yourself, it's very, very difficult to love others. And the reverse is also true. The more you love yourself, the easier it becomes to love everyone. Because आपका ना शिकवा है, ना गिला है, ना कोई उम्मीद है किसी से, तो फिर, because you're full in yourself, then it's easy to love. Why can't we love people? Because we expect something from them. When you're full of love for yourself, you don't expect anything. You don't need anything from anyone. So now you're free to love anyone, everyone, for no reason. So, yeah, a very subtle difference. In fact, I have a diagram in my mind which we will work on again, Jennifer ji, where you start with, there are all these, so many things like self-love has similar graphs. So you start with people who, for example, think they are worthless, very low self-esteem. And you climb up the ladder and you realize that you are awesome. And you come to you are awesome, and that's the peak experience. But then if you keep on going and you add to you are awesome that others are not awesome, then you are starting to come down the hill on the other side. I am awesome, but others are. So you start with I am. You start with everything is terrible. Me, I am horrible. People are also horrible. That's the bottom of the hill on the left side. You start climbing and you reach. Slowly you think people are okay and you are awesome. When you reach I am awesome and you are awesome, both, that's the peak. then you start coming down the hill on the other side. If I am awesome remains, but others become less and less awesome, and all the way to narcissism on the other side of the hill. At the bottom of the hill on the other side is narcissism, where you think you are awesome, but everyone else is nothing. So, and all of these peaks, whether it's about self-love or compassion or devotion, so many things, we will be able to draw these hills. And the game will be to find where you are on the hill, go to the top and learn how to stay at that top, where the peak experience of lovingness, beingness all happens automatically, automagically. Wonderful. Okay, great. So Janmashtami is coming, which I've called the Krishna is nothing but a symbol or a representation of consciousness. So it's the birth of consciousness itself. Even though consciousness has no birth, there is no beginning, no end consciousness. But the birth of that consciousness in a human form is symbolized by Krishna. And it also happens to be the date on which we celebrate Guruji's birthday. And apparently, it is also another birthday today. Birthday boy, please raise your hand. Birthday boy, किसका है birthday आज? किसी का है? Ah. Okay, everyone, please unmute and let's
party 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 party
party तो चालू है गौरव, party तो चालू है. Life एक बड़ी part. Okay, everyone unmute and let's sing all together. 1, 2, 3. Unmute, Amruta unmute, Prakashji unmute, Nancy unmute. Nancy unmute. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
God bless you.
Lots of love.
Bless you.
May God bless you. May you bless you.
Yes.
You. And may you have as wonderful a day and as wonderful year and as wonderful a life as the wonderful person that you are. May your life
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.
Love you,
Great.
Pushottamji. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Great.
Wow.
Coincidence हो गया, Thursday को ही birthday आ गया. Coincided. And yeah. Great. So what else? Right. So practice is what makes us perfect. So just, we have practiced judgment for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Now we don't have that much time to unpractice judgment. We can't give ourselves 30, 40, 50, 60 years. We can only give ourselves the right now, from this moment on. Perfection and fool, both are judgments. दोनों को drop करो. Yeah, drop all judgments. We are not capable, we are not qualified. Drop all judgments and just enjoy every minute, every moment, because every moment is precious. Great. Any questions? Oh, listen, everybody who is... So next Wednesday, I'm inviting again everyone who is here to Vaishak Nandan. Areva. Vaishak Nandan, wonderful. welcome.
Gada, gada, gada. Gada in Sanskrit language means Vaishak Nandan. Gada Hindu Sanskrit language.
अच्छा,
ऐसा बोलते हैं. हाँ.
अच्छा, okay,
इसलिए
okay.
मैं ऐसा.
हाँ, ह- सब कुछ है. हम ही गधे हैं, हम ही शिव. तो जो रूप धारण करना चाहते हो किस किस पल में वो धारण कर सकते हैं. हम ही शिव है. तो वो भी सही है. वाह वैशाख नंदन. अच्छा, ग्रेट. सो आई वांट एवरीवन टू कम टू देहरी if at all your Chitra, you have not signed up yet. Nancy, I know Parida's birthday. Okay, उसको वहाँ बड़े जोर शोर से सेलिब्रेट करेंगे उसकी बर्थडे. उसको लेके आ जाओ देहरी. All of you, Neeraj, Prakash ji, everyone, Dehri on Wednesday. Okay, reach Dehri by 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Anyhow, from wherever you are.
I'm coming.
Good, good. Do it. Just do it. Bring Parida's friends also, Nancy. We'll have 3 reasons for celebrating birthday: Guruji's birthday, Krishna Janmashtami, and Parida's birthday. बहुत जोर शोर से celebrate करेंगे. Okay, great. So you've seen the invite on the open door groups. So join the WhatsApp group with the which for this event, and just we are arranging a bus from Bombay and another bus from Pune. So you can come by bus, or if you want to drive yourself along with few other people, you can do that. Either way. So आइए. And पुरुषोत्तम जी, आप तो बार बार आते हैं देहरी. पहुंच जाइए. Yes?
30 तारीख को
हाँ.
फिर से जा रहा हूँ.
30 तारीख को फिर से आ जाना. ये 6 तारीख को जो आना ही है. 30 तो बहुत दूर है. And
Yes.
bring our teachers, students, whoever wants to come, just bring a nice group and come. Apne Swaroop ji.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, wonderful. Any questions, comments on judgments? Neeraj, you are coming? मुश्किल को आसान बनाना ही तो आपका काम है. और
You didn't add the word Johnny.
मुश्किल है जान. वैसे नीरज वो जो वाटरफॉल हम नॉट ओनली चढ़े थे बट हम सबको चढ़ाए थे, वो भी तो एक मुश्किल था. आपने आसान कर दिया. तो आ जाओ एक दिन के लिए. क्या होता है, एक शाम के लिए आ जाओ. इट्स ओनली 6 p.m. you have to be there. And
I know the responsibility of my son. There's Purecha school, tuition. उसको पढ़ाता हूँ.
पढ़ाओ. एक दिन मत पढ़ाओ, कुछ नहीं होगा. एक दिन
वही
नहीं
कृष्णा
पढ़ाओ
पढ़ाऊंगा एक दिन.
तो उसको एक दिन नहीं पढ़ाओगे और कुछ सीख लेगा वो, जो नहीं सीख पाता. Anyway, you see. Okay, great. Hello, see you all. Thank you.
जय
Thank you.
गुरुदेव.
Bye, Gurudev. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Jai Gurudev.
Bye, Gurudev.
So today's topic was wonderful.
Huh?
And I think today's topic was wonderful. Non-judgment. Yes, and I think Sonal suggested that topic.
Sonal, one of them.
Thank you.
Yeah. There were 2 or 3
Okay.
suggestions. There were some direct messages. Thank you, everybody. Great.
Thank you. Yeah.
See you all on Wednesday. Bye.